bit about some of the challenges that you face as a CEO of a sex toy company and kind of how that, you know, stigma around sex and female sexuality is still something that you work with on a daily basis.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I realized really, because seemingly when you look at pop culture, sex is embedded into every component of our lives, and so I don't think I realized the barriers and the obstacles that we would encounter as a result of being a company that sells products that focus on female pleasure as opposed to preventing pregnancy like a contraceptive.
Right.
And so every component of business is really hard for us. Everything from finding a payment processor. So we were denied by many processors before we found one that actually would take us on.
Wow.
Same with a bank.
What do they say? Like, what are their responses to you?
You know, they vary. Back in the late 90s when 1-900 numbers were a big thing, remember that? Where people would like call up for phones. Like, yeah. So back when those were really big, there would be a lot of things that were called chargebacks. So, you know, oftentimes someone would call one of these 1-900 numbers and your significant other would be like, what is this charge on the credit card?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, I don't know anything about that. And so as a result of that, the credit card company would call and say, this is fraud, this isn't real. And so it really stems from people being too embarrassed to admit that they were using a service like that. But we don't ever, I mean, it's very rare that we have chargebacks. And so I think, unfortunately, we have to deal with that when it's not, like, most of our customers are very successful women that are just, buying something that they want to enjoy. And so I think as much change as there is happening, there's still a very antiquated view when you have to use and lean on a bunch of different services.
Right.
Which is unfortunate.
That makes sense. But I mean, you're still here, right? Like, you're still doing this. You still have a smile on your face. You're still excited about it.
I love what we do.
What's the best part of doing this for you? Like, what has made the juice worth the squeeze?
I mean, it's two things. One, like, we have a team that is just so phenomenal. Team of all women who are so brilliant, come from backgrounds in banking and consulting and fashion, and to have those people as my teammates every day just propels me forward. But even more so than that, I think it's when customers write in and say, I, you know, had never had an orgasm before. And, you know, my marriage wasn't going very well and things had, you know, been rough for us sexually. And then we got the subscription box and it, you know, changed everything. And so, you know, those emails come in and it's a feeling that you're actually doing something that matters to someone, as cheesy as that thing is. Feeling like you're changing someone's life for the better.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you're kind of at like this bleeding edge of this industry where we've got all this amazing technology that we can now bring into our bedrooms, but nobody really wants to be like the face of it.
Right.
And so I think, I mean, our next generation of women are going to have an easier opportunity to do things like this because you're paving the way for it. For those of you out there, if you'd like to get to know more about the Unbound box, you can catch up to Polly and her crew at unbound.nyc, and we'll see you next time.